Hey everybody, this is Dom Panetta here with Vail Valley Live, and we are in front of the front runs. Right there is Lindsay's Run. The sun is already hitting it. It's a bluebird day again. I would say get out there this morning. There's a chance of some snow this afternoon, so make sure you get to enjoy this. It's a gorgeous day. We're gonna be walking around the village in our magical home, Vail Village, and we're gonna be getting some coffee. We're gonna be talking about headlines. We're also gonna be talking about snow reports. So get back in here with us and follow along. And if you see me walking around the village, I do need a phone cord. So if you see me, find me, hand me a phone cord. I would love it. Vail Valley Live starts right now.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Vail Valley Live. My name is Ty Diaz. It is Sunday, your Sunday Fun Day, the 2nd of April, following Gaper Day, April Fool's Day yesterday, also kicking off the month of April this weekend. Plenty going on, especially the antics from yesterday, but a lot of colorful costumes can be found out on the slopes this time of year. Wrapping up and making our way towards the finish line, we're looking at April 17th for the closing dates of Beaver Creek, the 23rd for Vail, though in our April Fool's prank that we received from Vail's announcements yesterday, they're extending until June 7th because we've had an amazing snow season, but that's definitely an April Fool's little plug of humor that they've posted on their social media. As you've noticed, we have Dom with us this morning. He's over at Vail Village, and as he's also pointed out, he needs a phone cord, and that's not too uncommon for any of us when we're out and about. We're saying, you know what, I didn't charge my phone before I left the house for the day. If you see Dom out there, maybe you could hook him up with that and maybe a charger as well. But on Vail Valley Live, we're going to give you a look at the weather. It is brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne, elevated savings, and as Dom has pointed out, blue sky for the start of the morning. We do have a weather pattern that's moving in, talking about the atmospheric river. That's big talk, new terminology for me this season. Also met with a cold front, but in a winter storm warning until Tuesday is what they're calling for. So we're looking forward to enjoying the sunshine, the warmer temperatures. We've been enjoying that with these last few days, but also some non-forecasted weather has come through even this past week, and we've been enjoying that as well, keeping our mountain base, our snow mountain conditions fantastic for whatever it is that we're getting after, be it powder runs, stashes, the groomers, which you could find any day of the week on both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain. But here's what we're looking for temperature-wise. Starting things off not as cold or as frigid as last week. The morning with the sunshine, we're picking up the mid to lower 20s as we make our way in the highs today. Mid to upper 30s, lower 40s. But we're looking for the sky conditions to start to fill in these next few days. And again, bringing us chances for snow for both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain. But for your Sunday Fun Day today, here's how the day is going to be warming up through the hours. As we look at the next few days, tomorrow being the 3rd, that's your Monday of April. Yeah, March is done. That means that the passcode to get into your building, condo, or hotel, or garage has changed for this upcoming month. But we're looking for some wind speeds to kind of move on in as well. Overnight low temperatures not looking too chilly until about Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's when we start to see the lower teens and the single digits. But that moisture that we're looking forward to produce any of the snow that's in our forecast, this winter storm watch that we're in, or warning that we're in. You can see how that could change by the time Thursday gets here. Returning of sunshine, but overnight low temperatures, looking for those single digits. If you're watching Vail Valley Live, we thank you again for tuning in with us. And here's how you could continue to share Vail Valley Live with your friends, or if you care to be a part of today's show. A lot of activity happening up and down the valley this weekend and today. You can do so by Facebook and on YouTube. Like, subscribe. I'm letting people know all about this as I meet you out in public. Yeah, you can watch the show online on Facebook and YouTube. And there you can also have the opportunity to interact with us, saying good morning, letting us know where you're watching from, and in the chat feature that's found on there. But if you're local and you have Xfinity Comcast, you can watch Vail Valley Live on Outside Television 17. Some of you are watching it that way this morning, so we thank you very much for tuning in. On the bottom of your screen right there, you'll find the crawl of what's groomed over at Vail this morning. And speaking of what's groomed, let's go over to Vail where Dom is right now. and see how life has been. And man, Don, we haven't seen each other in like, I don't know, all winter, but you're saying you took a month off from Vail Valley Live, and I'm sure to compete or to do something great. How are you this morning, man? Good to see you.
I'm good. I'm good. It's great seeing you too, Ty.
Thanks.
Glad to be back. Yeah, I took the month of March off, and things got a little bit busy there with my full-time job as well as Vail Yeti hockey. We finished up the season though, and April is now my time to, like you said, Sunday fun day every day though. I'll pray all day, whatever you call it. That's what I'm doing all April.
It's true, man. I mean, that's where we are in the season. Where it's like, okay, I bought the pass for the season. I may as well use it now, and
Yep.
so take a break from working, jump into the race to the finish line. And we're looking at the 17th of April. They're saying for Beaver Creek, if I'm looking at the days of the week, which I think is a Sunday, the 23rd for Vail, as far as those closing dates, and that's just days away. What's your approach toward this? How are you and your group game planning, wrapping up this season?
I think it's just taking advantage of the days we have like this. Like yesterday, obviously, Gaper Day, coming down on a Saturday as well as a Bluebird Day. So we were definitely out there all day. Forgot to wear sunscreen, so I made sure I got that first sun, like bake in the sun, and so that'll never happen again. I'll always wear my sunscreen now because my face hurts so bad. But yeah, we just taking advantage of the days you can. I'm a Bluebird kind of day guy, and when it starts to snow, I reconsider.
I tell you what, we've all said that before. When it comes to hangovers, I'm never doing that again. I'm gonna stop drinking. We say the same thing. You're saying that about sunscreen. I'm never gonna forget. Never gonna forget. Well, I tell you what, we're gonna get out there. The lifts are gonna fly 8:30, both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain, enjoying the sun, like you're saying, taking advantage of it, making our way towards designated areas of the mountain that, as these next few days, wrapping up to the last week of Vail and Beaver Creek, we start to scale back the terrain, chairlift access. This is the opportunity to take advantage of that as well. On Beaver Creek Mountain, one of my favorite games to play with friends over the years, not every season though, is getting every single chairlift ride in a single day. And so on a day like today, that could be a good attempt. You might want to start on the western portion of Beaver Creek Mountain over towards Arrowhead and start hitting every chairlift proper and earning your Epic Mix points for doing so. But I think it's the Elkhorn chairlift that has the gantry at the actual bottom of the chairlift, not the double stopping point of the chairlift where you can score your chairlift ride from Epic Mix that way. And of course, you still have to get on the little two-seater chair over in the learning areas. And I'm not sure if Magic Carpet includes, but there's some games to play on a gorgeous day like today before the season ends to earn your Epic Mix points with your friends and such. Which mountain did you hit yesterday for Gaper Day, Vail or Beaver Creek?
Ty, I hit Vail yesterday. It seemed like a good party scene going on. I was up over by Buffalo's at the top of chair 3 for a while, where the big sign is that says, hey, welcome to the legendary back bowls. Everybody seemed to be hanging out there, as well as Window Deck, as you know, is always a good spot for locals to hang. But yeah, it was a party out there. I saw some crazy outfits, and I saw a guy in a construction outfit with no shirt on, and he just looked like he was going to his job site the entire time. And I was like, oh man, you look pretty cold in that. But hey, power to you for for braving the elements to get the costume right.
I'll tell you what, people, they bring what they can to the occasion, and that's why it's so memorable around here, especially on Gaper Day like that, or Gaper Weekend, if that's of any value to you. We do have Anthony driving the show this morning. Good morning, Anthony. How are you?
Excellent, sir.
Good to see you. Yeah, it feels good to be here. And for those of you that are here for a special reason, the occasion is Mikaela, and we're joining in on the celebration today at 4 p.m. Solaris. That's one of the many topics we'll be sharing with you on Vail Valley Live. Stay close to us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Peggy Ziegler, fashion guru and stylist for the Outlets at Silverthorne. I'm here to share with you an amazing place called the Colorado Welcome Center. We've got fabulous brochures on all the nearby places and towns and things to do right here while you're in Summit County and visiting the Outlets at Silverthorne. And of course, pick up your Elite Savings Card booklet, offering you fabulous discounts and a rewards program too. See you soon.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery is kind of a one-stop shop. We have everything in-house.
We have cast techs, MRI machines, x-ray of course right at the clinic, physical therapy right at our clinic.
I'm going to get to the bottom of what your diagnosis is with all the resources we have, and that's what we do.
At My Future Pathways, our mission is to be the helping hand that enriches and elevates the lives of youth and families of our valley so they can reach their full potential. Through our holistic approach, our tutoring service and programming strengthen our community, develop self-worth, create opportunities, and promote values. We are My Future Pathways.
You are watching Vail Valley Live. Thanks for tuning in with us every morning, 7:30 a.m. through the breadth of and the length of the show. And here's what's made headlines in today's Vail Daily. And this is brought to you by the Grand Hyatt at Vail. That's the location where our studios are. The address, 1300 West Haven Drive, also the home of Chair 20, known as the Cascade Chairlift. Here you can also find pop-up sushi Yoshimi, as well as the Gershner restaurants inside of here, and just enjoying the property any time of year. But in today's newspaper, sustainable style. Regina Frank, one of the teen designers at Project Funway, shows off her outfit of recycled PVC banners, books, and thread. This event raises money to support the Educational Foundation of Eagle County across all areas of its mission, helping Eagle County students, teachers, and schools through grants, awards programs, mental health issues, and more. And this program has been going on, Project Funway, for I would say this is about over 10 years now. And such a memorable event, usually hosted every year over now at the Dobson Ice Arena. But as it grows, I can only imagine where it could end up next. In your local and region, it is Time Machine on A2 of today's newspaper. 10 years ago, Vail Mountain announced it intended to keep the back bowls in Blue Sky Basin open through the mountain's scheduled closing day of April 14th. And that was in 2013, 10 years ago, Time Machine. And you can follow along with the Time Machine 20 years ago, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago. And as you know, Vail turned 60 this year. And Blue Sky Basin, as far as this 10 years ago story, actually Blue Sky Basin, I believe, opened in 2000, because I have the vest that says Blue Sky Basin 2000. So that's 13 years ago. Yeah. In our other stories, calling all Eagle County bands for Avon's Battle of the Bands. This is the inaugural event takes place June 14th, and this happens in Avon at the Pavilion, Avon Performance Pavilion, Battle of the Bands, giving local bands a chance to compete. And this is a fun show, and as you can see, the views are fantastic there as well. And the sun can go down while you're enjoying the ever-changing stage, lighting, and enjoying the areas of Avon. Harry Nottingham Park is where this takes place, and you can find that topic in today's newspaper in case you'd care to be one of the competing bands. In the sports and outdoors, Devils defeat Tigers, Huskies beat Bulldogs, Battle Mountain Girls track team, Erie Tiger Twilight team victory. And this is a fun celebration over here in some of these photos over here. Battle Mountain's Claire competes for a loose ball during Thursday's 1-0 loss to Evergreen and Edwards. You can also find Ellie wrapping up a save during the Huskies' 1-0 loss to Evergreen. And more of this topic can be found on page A17 of today's newspaper. Continuing in the sports and outdoors, Eagle Valley shuts out Battle Mountain 8-0. Jacob Loop and PJ Lombardo lead the Devils to Cross Valley rivalry win. This topic, again, is found on page A17 in today's newspaper. And in our fifth topic, arts and entertainment, Peter Rabbit visits Beaver Creek. Colorado Symphony presents kids programs in Spanish and in English in Beaver Creek. That's happening tonight, this evening, 4 p.m. this afternoon. And tickets are $10 for adults. Kids are free, and as the kids enjoy this presentation, they'll all have a nice storybook so they can follow along and turn the pages while the symphony performs. These are one of the many topics that can be found in today's newspaper, the Vail Daily, brought to you by the Grand Hyatt at Vail. Where are you heading this morning? just making your way into the mountains for Mikaela Schifrin celebration. Here's a look at I-70 and your commute this morning. And we're not seeing so much busy traffic eastbound, westbound Eisenhower Tunnel that you can see there. Vail Pass, you can see some shoulder and median snow, but also noticing there flat light for that drive. There's areas of sunshine through your drive, and you want to be prepared for that up and down the I-70 corridor by stopping off at a service station and topping off your reservoir of your vehicle in case, as today warms up, before those clouds roll in, that you might have any splashback on your windshield, and you have your windshield wipers ability to clear that off for that commute. But for the warmer temperatures today, you might just want to wash the car, period. Take advantage of that, because what that brings? Snow. Every time you wash your car. It's still wintertime. Dom, Anthony, you ever have that happen? You go and wash your car, it's like, you know what? I gotta wash this car. Keep walking by, getting a nice outfit dirty, and then the snow comes in after washing the car.
Just let it stay there and melt off the car. We'll bring the dirt with it, I found.
You think so? Leave a pile of snow on the top of your car, let it melt, and it'll just kind of self-wash the car.
This is true.
True for you?
True
Kind of
for
car?
me.
What kind of car do you drive? Like some kind of A-frame?
White Passat.
It's a white Passat. Oh man, that's different. That's a different approach right there. Let's go out to Dom right now, over at Vail someplace. The mission today for Dom is to find a phone cord to keep his phone charged in case there's a Mikaela sighting this morning, and he can get some selfies with her. And you're over at Solaris, Dom. That's where the whole celebration of Mikaela is going on, honoring her in her home community for record-breaking 87 alpine ski World Cup victories. Any sightings over there? Any balloons being set up, confetti, the bands, anything like that? A parade?
No, not yet, but I think the Zamboni just came out, so it might get a little loud here. No, nothing is set up over here yet. They're just about to zam the ice and get the day started, it looks like. So, but definitely wanted to show everybody where we're going to be celebrating Mikaela. Obviously, we're very proud of her being around from here. So, there's not a bigger celebrity crush by any person in this town other than Mikaela Schifrin, I think. So, let's get ready to party for her at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah, they're saying right here that they're calling her the GOAT, again, as you've known, honoring her in her home community for record-breaking 87 Alpine Ski Cup victories. The whole event will be centered around the inestimable value that Schifrin has brought to skiing and ski racing as one of the most beloved ambassadors. The themes of the celebration will honor the GOAT of ski racing and will focus around the number 87 as Schifrin's many other records and achievements. The number 87. Look at that. So is there a stage being built? I mean, because this is the location where it's happening. Maybe there'll be just a big procession. Maybe that is the stage, an upper deck where it's all happening, and the people below can kind of look up and see her. I just wonder how the whole thing's going to unfold.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be great. Here's a couple things I can think of. 87, Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He's number 87. And then hopefully maybe they have some actual goats here walking around, like, since we're celebrating the GOAT of them all. But Ty, I did have a question for you. Me not being, having that big ski background like some of the people that have been here for a little bit longer, how Mikaela a little bit better than I, or you followed her a little bit more than I have. How many World Cup wins do you think she'll get before the end of her time?
You know what? That's, again, we're going to use it again, the inestimable value right there. I don't know what she is completely capable of, but the ski program that she grew up in and what it's produced as far as ski racing, I think altogether the program will continue in our Vail Valley to produce some solid winners. There'll be some future GOATs coming up. And as you know, the GOAT stands for?
Greatest of all time.
Yes, and that's today's celebration. Mikaela Schifrin, Mikaela 87. And as you pointed out earlier in the show, you pointed out the ski run face over there off of Vail where you were standing before. We can still see it from there, and it's named after another GOAT in her own category. Lindsey Vaughn's run, yeah. And Mikaela has her own street named after her over in Avon, right there by the Avon Library, known as Mikaela Way. Some new fun facts to know over there And I believe she still has her Mikaela's Corner over at the Weston Riverfront in Avon, in case people want to maybe get the tour and learn a little bit more about Mikaela. But I'm sure all that will be a part of today's discussion over there where Dom is. And he's having a challenging time hearing us right now because the Zamboni's doing its thing down on the ice. And that you're more familiar with the Zamboni, but for those of us that are not familiar with the ice, maybe you can give us a little brief explanation of what a Zamboni does.
Yeah, so as you skate on ice, as you're skating on the ice, you're chopping it up with those little blades. The Zamboni comes through, and after the ice gets too chopped up, comes through the warm, with some warm water and a big sheet on the back, and it kind of just brings it across the ice, making it really smooth and that glass-like look. And that's what all skaters love to be skating on, because you're faster. There's less chunks and divots in the ice. So, we appreciate our Zamboni drivers if you're an ice skater.
All right, so that's a brief little explanation of a Zamboni, what it does. But the Zamboni is that machine being driven by a person right below Dom right there at Solaris at Vail, where a lot of fun activities will be happening. But over at Vail, if you're wondering what's going on, how about discovering a new resort property not too far from Vail, not too far from Beaver Creek? It is the Castile Creek Lodge. Let's take a look.
We're at Castile Creek at the Coyote Lodge and Sporting Club. Joining me now, we have Malia Cox-Nobrega. We also have Barbara Gardner, and they're with Live Sotheby's International Realty. And Malia, tell us about this property. This is pretty amazing.
It is. The property is 457 acres in the heart of Lake Creek, which is in Edwards, Colorado. It's right in the center of it all in the Vail Valley. You have Vail Resort, which is only about 15 miles from here. And then you've got about 10-15 minutes and you're in Beaver Creek Resort.
Yeah. And the airport's close by and everything. But I've never heard of this place. Like, what's the history of this property?
Well, it is a hidden gem. The original owner quietly assembled the 457 acres, one lot at a time. And his vision was to create an estate that had everything he'd ever dreamed of as a little boy. So when I think of this estate, the one word I think of is, well, two words: pure fun.
Pure fun. And especially with all the acreage you have, what can you do outside? Like, what are some of the outdoor activities?
Well, there's 55 acres to recreate on that you own as a community. And just those select homeowners will be able to use the 5.5 miles of trails. Those are groomed and maintained throughout. So wintertime, you can cross-country ski, you can walk your dog without sinking, and you're in the middle of the forest. And you can snowmobile, summertime, horseback riding, ATVs, really anything. And it's all connected to millions of acres of White River National Forest. So
definitely, we can stock
You can go forever.
Stock that trout pond if you want. And then all this stuff that's happening inside the Coyote Lodge. Tell us about this structure.
Well, it took us a little while to tour you through because it's 28,000 square feet. And we have the pickleball, the golf simulator, the lap pool, a teppanyaki bar, a 6-story climbing wall, a shooting range. I mean, it's endless, Trisha.
Oh yeah, I mean, what a great place to entertain. But what's really cool is that this isn't limited to only a few people enjoying this. This is going to be kind of a shared experience. Tell us about the properties that will be for sale.
Yeah, so instead of it just being one homeowner that owns it all, now the current owner is going to keep one of the residences and then is going to offer 2 available. And then there's an additional handful of home sites, one of which already has been spoken for.
Oh yeah, I mean, this is a rare opportunity. So if you want to become a part of this, definitely come and check it out. In the winter, you can tour via Snowcat. In the summer, of course, we'll get you on some kind of ATV. But go to CastileCreek.com to learn more.
Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery stands for providing the highest quality care to our unique patient population here in the mountains.
I think that what makes us unique is that we really are practicing groundbreaking techniques, yet, we practice it in a small town environment. Our patients are our neighbors and our kids go to school with their kids.
I think every one of our docs treat their patients like their family. Our goal is to keep you active, doing the things you want to do, and we'll map out a road to success to get you there.
Love is in the air at the Atlas at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And we are going to wow you with some of the fabulous looks that we have to share with you today from J. Crew and Adidas. Let's take a look. Here's Rachel in J. Crew. I love her navy preppy blazer with striped lining, striped pink tee, amazing white jeans, white sneakers, and gorgeous pink ribbon earrings. With her savings card booklet, it'll be $197, saving $316. Here's Enza in J. Crew Kids with her denim jean jacket, her heart filigree tee, sweetheart leggings, heart necklace, and her white slip-on tennis shoes. Full outfit $101 with her savings card booklet. Wow, Liv, you look amazing in J. Crew sportswear line. From her fabulous striped button top, pink leggings, fleece jacket, pearlized headband, fingerless gloves, and her amazing tennis shoes with the pink and copper colors, all from the internet return. Her outfit, $145 outlet, fabulous. Kate is in Adidas in her pink hoodie, pastel leggings, black tote, and her white and pink running shoes. Her whole outfit would come to $138. Okay, Rachel, you look fabulous in your amazing full-length bubble coat from Guess. You've got your fabulous hoodie with the faux fur, and look at those adorable pearl gold shades. Whole outfit with the shades, $138. Here's Kate in Adidas with this black cropped jacket, $42. It's 40% off of their jackets. Here's Liv. She's in Guess in the most amazing puffer jacket with fleece detailing inside the hood. Love the black belt and the sunglasses. Jacket reduced to $65. And her shades are only $45 from $90. Love is in the air at the outlets at Castle Rock and Silverthorne. And just a reminder, be sure and pick up your savings card booklet at the outlets at Castle Rock in the food court, at customer service, and the outlets at Silverthorne at the Colorado Welcome Center. Love is in the air, and so are the discounts that you're going to find in the savings book. See you soon.
Welcome back to Vail Valley Live. Ty Diaz here with you right now. We just shared with you a time lapse of the perhaps last 24 hours at Vail, from the morning towards the day and the overnight. And man, the sky conditions have been looking fantastic. As far as the clearest skies and some passing clouds at times, or as I've heard maybe another weather person describe, cotton candy clouds. What we find today as far as being out in the mountain, and again, that view, that was from Eagle's Nest over at Vail. And you'll find the lifts opening in the next 28 minutes. You'll enjoy Eagle's Nest. The views are fantastic up there. The back bowls as well. Stay close to that. But here's a look at the weather, brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedic. And so again, staying in the areas of sunshine for the start of the morning. Blue sky this morning. Looks like a bluebird start to the morning. April 2nd, following April Fool's Day and your Gaper Day, but maybe it's still a Gaper Day weekend for you out there. Planning on wearing some cool costumes, some crazy loud colors out there? We want to see it. Around the state of Colorado, the southern portions of it, we're going to pick up a lot of sunshine. Durango with the mid to upper 50s, Gunnison with the mid to upper 40s, picking up the 60s, Alamosa, the Front Range holding on to some sunshine, passing clouds, the northern Rockies picking up areas of the mid to lower 40s and increasing clouds. And with that, as we are discussing, a winter storm watch. And what is that other term we're using? The river, the atmospheric river, also a cold front. We're staying in this new forecast as we roll into the next few days through Tuesday, chances of snow. Some wind speeds to pick up with that as well. Our increased chance for snow looks like more on our Tuesday. The winds driving in that moisture and changing our sky conditions tomorrow, which is Monday. And temperatures will drop there in the 30s. But for today, we'll be looking at enjoying this sun just a little bit more. And but we're also enjoying the winter that we've had with all the snow that we've picked up. Every week, I can't say we've had a week that has gone by without picking up some snow. And even some non-forecasted snow that's come through. It's been a fantastic winter for that, and both mountains are over the 300-inch mark as far as snowfall for the season. But looking at it for this week, here it is, your 5-day forecast, and amazing right there, 6 inches of snow possible, 6 inches of snow possible as we look at our Tuesday for Beaver Creek. They're calling over there 5 possible for our Tuesday over at Vail. Our 10-day forecast, after we moved into this upcoming weekend, things start to taper off. But again, anything could change here in the mountains as far as that weather is concerned. And this weather is brought to you by Vail Summit Orthopedics. Vail, we've got Dom hanging out over there, and it seems like as far as the phone charge is concerned and getting selfies with any celebrities that he may find, like Mikaela Schifrin and the crew, your phone's holding up pretty good, right?
Hey, I had somebody come up. Look at this.
That's how you do it. Oh, there you go.
Phone bank and cord. So we're rolling now.
Speaking of rolling, we can see Gondola 1 over there spinning around. Vail turned 60 this year, and in the next 26 minutes, we could see people making their way towards the slopes, getting up there. Any movement out there? Normally, people are jogging, maybe walking their dog. What's going on over there where you are at the top of Bridge Street?
Ty, I think I must be a masochist because every place I pick to stand, I've been standing in the shade when the sun's out. So I'm out here freezing my butt off, and all I got to do is move a few inches into the sun. But because of that, you can't really see this slope behind me too well. It's a little bit blown out, but there are a lot of people walking around over there with dogs or just their hiking poles or some snowshoes. Looks like maybe there's like a little trek from Lion's Head over to Vail Village here in the morning. Maybe people, that's their way to get their workout in. And I can't blame them. They got the sun baking on them. I'm over here behind this, I don't know, this 80-foot pine tree right here. So I'm doing something wrong, and they're doing something right.
Well, remain confident because the day still is to your advantage to take advantage of out there. Like where you're standing, by the time the lifts open, you can make your way towards the Mid-Vail. You can enjoy Sarge's deck in the sun, get in those Adirondack chairs, take in the views, enjoy this weather, watch the sky conditions change a little further from there. If you get up on the mountain today, you can make your way towards the spot you were yesterday, over towards Chair 4, enjoy a little bit of buffaloes, and just see how things are looking towards the historical back bowls over there like you were describing yesterday, and or go up Chair 3, take advantage of the views from the Wildwood area, drop down into any of the back bowls while we still have access to them. And again, we're looking at, let's see, today's the 2nd, so 21 days remaining at Vail Mountain. You can enjoy it in the sun. You can enjoy as the weather changes if you get out all day and just embrace it. I think you're doing fine standing in the shade. I mean, that's an iconic view you have behind there, like you're saying. Lindsay's Run right there, Pepe's Face. You've got all the indicators letting you know how to approach the mountain. What does that sign say back there as far as the digital board? What does it read for us?
It just says, "Welcome to Vail's 60th anniversary season." I think it's their basic generic one that they've had up all season, so nothing too crazy. Oh, there's one about Mikaela popping up. But like Ty said, it's very important to keep aware of the signage on Vail Mountain. You can find out a lot by just paying attention to those signs. The grooming reports, what's happening as far as events, and who knows, sometimes they post stuff a few hours before something's going to happen. So, always be checking those signs. And this one's talking about lift lines as well. So, I don't think you're going to have a problem with lift lines today. But, check those signs just to make sure. You never know. A lift might go down or it might get too windy at some point today. So, always be checking.
So always checking, and if you're spending any time in Beaver Creek, you might want to check for a few things as well. Beaver Creek has digital boards around the plaza, beginning right at the main entrance, even at the bridge near the Westin, letting you know about events happening in Avon and Beaver Creek, that of many things being shows. Earlier, we were just sharing with you about the Petite Musique Peter Rabbit at the Villar in Beaver Creek. That's happening today for adults and kids, 4 p.m. $10 for tickets for adults to go and check out Peter Rabbit up at the Villar in Beaver Creek. Children are free, but looking ahead in Beaver Creek, Cirque Flip Fabrique presents Muse, and that's also happening that's at the Villar too, I believe, right? And so let's take a look at this right here. There you go, celebrating 25 years. And this is a hailing from Quebec Cirque Flip Fabrique, established troupe founded by a group of friends who are at the peak of their talents as professional circus artists. And that's a show that you can catch at the Valar, 8:30 on the 5th. And I believe that is Wednesday. ValarPAC.org if you want to get tickets to this show or any show at Valar. Also upcoming next week, the Wood Brothers and opener Chris Jacobs take the stage at the Valar. $55 are the tickets. 7 p.m. April 14th. Dubbed the Masters of Soulful Folk by Paste. The Wood Brothers, formed after brothers Chris and Oliver Wood pursued separate musical careers for 15 years. And they've already made a name for themselves. And so don't forget about getting your tickets for the Wood Brothers while you're still online, getting your Cirque Fabrique tickets at the Valar. But you can catch shows at the Valar even in the summertime as well. I've caught many shows up there, anywhere from Patti LaBelle to stand-up comedy, a circus performance on the stage there, and the summer's lineups waiting for you as well if you check out ValarPAC.org. Dom, so you ever catch a show there in Beaver Creek at the Valar? Is that under your belt yet?
No, it is not. I need to get out there. Everyone keeps talking about how awesome of a venue it is and how it's right there under the ice rink of Beaver Creek in the village. But I am looking forward, I will say, on April 7th, I believe, Polo and Pan over at Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. That's going to be a fun one, and that might be one that I might be attending. But yeah, no, we have a lot of musical acts coming, and the Wood Brothers. Hey, I might check them out. I like folk. I'm all about Americana and folk rock and stuff like that. In fact, for our viewers who have Amazon Prime, I just watched a series called Daisy Jones and the Six. It's based on a book. It's very good. It actually follows Fleetwood Mac, kind of, but not. They don't use the same names. They change a lot of stuff around. But it kind of does follow that same Fleetwood Mac storyline that they had back in the 70s and 80s. So very cool show. Just wanted to put it out there since we're talking about music. And I thought it'd be a good idea for people to check out.
All right, well, thank you very much, Dom. We'll be checking back in with him shortly. He's broadcasting live over at Vail. But as far as information is concerned, maybe you have some questions for the doctors. Trisha Swenson, they had the opportunity to speak with Dr. Cafferkey as well as Dr. Yu. Let's see what their conversation's about.
It's time for Ask the Doc, and joining me now we have Dr. Cafferkey as well as Dr. Yu, and they are with Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery, and we're going to be talking about joint replacements. We've got some questions from the public, and we have them on our little ski boot here. Okay. Which is gentler on your joints, skiing or snowboarding? We'll ask you.
We get this question all the time. So it kind of depends on how you do those sports. So if you're an aggressive snowboarder and you're doing, big air in the park and you're in the backcountry dropping cliffs, same thing goes for skiing. That's going to be much more intense on your joints. But if you're just going for a cruise on the groomers, gentle blues and greens and maybe an occasional black, both of those are actually very similar as far as safety goes and comfort goes for your hips and your knees.
All right, so do the ones that you love, just don't be dropping too many cliffs when you get older.
I'd just say let pain be your guide.
Let pain be your guide. Okay, perfect. Okay, Dr. Yu, are there any benefits to robotic knee replacement surgery over traditional surgery?
I want to say there are a lot of different ways to use the robot, to use it to your advantage. I'd say it's just like buying a cell phone and using it for making calls versus everything else you can use it for. So I think it's how you apply it and how you use it.
We are actively exploring robotic total joints to see if we can move the needle to improve patient outcomes, and that's what our research and our foundation is all about.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, all right, good question up there. Okay, next question is, I want to put off my hip replacement for one more ski season. Are there any risks to delaying my surgery?
The answer is no. It's totally up to the patient. So we see patients from all different backgrounds, all different spectrums of disease, And all I would say is there's no risk to delaying your surgery. It's all about how comfortable you can live with your current hip. So if you can stay comfortable, that's fine. You can wait till the spring, or you can wait as long as you want.
Let pain be your guide.
Let pain be your guide.
Okay, all right, Dr. Yu, I'm in my 40s and I already need a total knee replacement. I'm worried about needing knee revision surgery later in life. I hear it's a complex surgery that can impact my activity level. Does a knee replacement now mean I have to give up my lifestyle later?
In my opinion and my advice, if you're the type that's active, let's say you work outdoors as a ski patroller or ski instructor, or you love to bike, hike, enjoy the outdoors, I'd say get the joint replacement early and enjoy your life now. Implants will last 15 to 20 years. And so when you're slowing down later on in life, we can do a revision. So no, I don't think that you'll have to give up activities later on in life.
Definitely, stay active, run after. Okay, here's the next question. Okay, how do I know if it's time for joint replacement?
Well, so, most patients will find that they're ready to pursue total joint replacement surgery when their current joints are limiting their quality of life. Whether you're 60 or 40 or somewhere in between, the way we do total joints today is better than ever. Our techniques, our technologies, our rehab protocols, our pain program. And so with that being said, patients can do really well. And total joints really carry about a 1% risk of failure per year. So there's an 80% chance a total joint, hip or knee, will last 20+ years. And with that being said, play the hand you were dealt. Play the cards you were dealt with the lifestyle you want to live. And if you feel that your knees and your hips are limiting your ability to enjoy the things you want to do, at that point, it's typically when patients make the decision to have their surgery. Keep in mind, no one ever needs a total joint. It's all about quality of life and how comfortable you can be with or without your joint replacement.
Okay, perfect. You guys, thanks so much for your time today. It was great to get a little bit of some of the questions that the public is wanting to know answered this morning. If you want to find out more, contact Vail Summit Orthopedics and Neurosurgery.
We believe in the power of a live performance. We believe in making memories together. Join us as we celebrate 25 years of making moments that last a lifetime. Bringing concerts, comedy, Broadway, classical, dance, and family entertainment in the heart of the Rocky Mountains in Beaver Creek Village. View the full lineup and get tickets today at villarpac.org.
Moet Vending for life's spontaneous, festive moments. Celebrate at the Grand Hyatt Vail.
Welcome to Nap Harvest. We are showcasing healthy habits, and you can start right here feeding your family healthy organic vegetables and fruits that are seasonal and local. They're all the way from Arizona with our wonderful, beautiful citrus fruits that we sneak across the border for. But don't forget our nap mushrooms, grown at 9,000 feet. Mushrooms are chock full of benefits for you. And then also the microgreens, also chock full of vitamins. Come see us at Nap Harvest in Eagle Ranch on Sylvan Lake Road next to Color Coffee. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 4.
I'm becoming a huge fan of the time lapse. Are you too? That was views over at Beaver Creek, McCoy Park time lapse. And again, just watching how the skies change around here throughout the day, during the wintertime especially. Those mountain views, take advantage of maybe just chilling out. Like Dom was saying, taking in the views wherever you are, Vail, Beaver Creek, on top of the mountain, and maybe shoot a time lapse and share with us what you find while you're out there. Giving you a look at the weather right now and seeing how it's shaping up. Brought to you by the Grand Hyatt Vail. That's where the studio location for Vail Valley Live are right now. And man, what we're seeing, blue sky ahead. I'm starting to see some clouds over west of us, over the buildings, maybe moving in, and that's what we're expecting for today, as we are also anticipating weather to change today, later on, as well as the next few days. We are under a winter storm watch, I believe, is where we are. Maybe not a warning yet. I have to go back and double check on that. Or maybe, Anthony, if you have time, you can see if they've changed that statement on us. We're looking for a foot of snow possible this week is what they're calling for. So here's the change as we look at tomorrow. Looks like some winds are going to drive some clouds into here, making that sky condition change by the time Tuesday. Precipitation chances, that rain mix perhaps, or are we talking more of the snow mix? Yeah, we're looking for a cold front to roll in as well from the north, creating somewhat of a Arctic change of that moisture towards snow, producing 6 inches possible for Beaver Creek, 5 inches possible for Vail, and then tapering off as we roll into this upcoming weekend. This is our first full week of the month of April. And then what are the chances of showers and snow next week in our 10 to 14 day forecast? It's something to keep an eye out for, especially as we look at Thursday right there, sunshine. But here are the numbers right here as we look at today, 0. No chance of snow. No new snow report the past 24 hours, both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountain. They're saying not so much by tomorrow, but things could change tomorrow, Monday into Tuesday. Looking at those numbers right there, intensifying and kind of hanging out and lingering into our Wednesday, then Thursday tapering off, Friday potentially clearer. But I don't know. I'm a fan of the snow. I've been enjoying the sunshine as well. Kind of boosts all of our spirits while we're out here for that. And again, this weather is brought to you by, oh, there it is, a winter storm watch. That's what we're in. Remains in effect through Tuesday evening. And again, this weather is brought to you by the Grand Hyatt at Vail. Let's pull Dom in really quick, see if we notice anything going on at Vail as far as, I know the event doesn't kick off until 4 o'clock. Mikaela Schifrin to be the big celebration today, celebrating all of her wins, for the most wins of any athlete in Alpine World Cup history, 4 o'clock. And so are you seeing a lot of banners around town over at Vail for that?
You know, I haven't really, other than that, like you said, paying attention to those digital boards. Those are obviously showing it. But yeah, no, not seeing anything as of yet. But I think they probably planned on having a Bluebird morning this morning. So maybe that's their plan was, hey, we'll just set up in the morning. It's going to be a great morning. And we have until 4 o'clock. So what's the rush? But yeah, I haven't seen anything yet, as of yet, but I'll double check before I head out.
This event is open for everyone as an invitation to come out and enjoy and celebrate in Mikaela 87. The number 87 is what we're utilizing for today's theme as we celebrate the GOAT, Mikaela Schifrin, right there. And so she will be in the area. And Dom, you think you'll be around to make it to that? Because you're at Vail now. You're going to stick around all day?
You know, I live in Minturn, so it's not too far. I may come back and check it out. It sounds like a very cool event. I'd say if anybody's good at promoting it so far, Ty, I'd give you the crown. So you're making it sound pretty fun. I think I might check it out.
All right, well, as long as you believe in me as the hype man for events, of course we celebrate athleticism around here, but also growing in things to do and to experience around here would be comedy. The Vail Comedy Show down in Eagle. On the 4th, you have Eddie Lift, or Ift, taking to the stage over there. And we're looking for this event to take place at Moe's Barbecue on Grand Avenue. The Vail Comedy Show has been described as amazing, hilarious, surprisingly good, and fun, and a different experience. And Eddie Lift has been called one of the most underrated comics in America by The Onion, and has proudly told jokes around the world to sold-out crowds in over 15 countries. And so, how often do you make it to Moe's Barbecue there, Dom? And are you familiar with Vail Comedy?
Oh, I am very familiar with both. So Moe's Barbecue, depending on which one you're talking about.
The
when
one
I'm
down in
riding
Eagle.
over an Eagle, yes. So when I'm riding my mountain bike over an Eagle, Moe's Barbecue is our go-to spot afterwards to refuel after a long ride. So love that spot. It's always good, but expect to wait because there's a very popular spot over there in Eagle. So don't expect to go walk right in. There's usually a little bit of a line depending on the time of the day.
That is definitely a very popular spot. And also, speaking of popularity, the return of the Taste of Vail. And this is happening Wednesday through Saturday here at Vail. Make sure that your palate is ready for the annual Taste of Vail happening this month. This festival is dubbed as one of the best spring food and wine tasting events in the country, which is why you shouldn't skip the exciting gathering. I've been to this event before, and as you can see, looking right here, it's a ticketed event. If you want to get more about, you get your tickets for this, as well as some of the experiences, as well as, or most of it, as well as to find out more about this event so that you are on that list of didn't miss it. tasteofvail.com/events for the full schedule. You'll enjoy some food, some lifestyle, some wine. You'll get a chance to sample food from tons of Vail's finest chefs and taste wines from different wineries, winemakers from various parts of the country. That is happening, the Taste of Vail, kicking off this Wednesday through Saturday. Now, here's another big event, and I'm a fan of this. I already have friends that have already gotten their tickets for this one. Big Gigantic, DJ Pee-wee, operate at the Amp. And Dom, you mentioned that you enjoy taking in shows at the Amp, also known as the Gerald Ford Amphitheater. So what's your crew saying about this event? Let's get this thing hyped up.
Yeah, hey, we're saying let's go. Let's go to this one. This one sounds fun. It's at the Amp, like you said. I do have some personal ties back to Gerald R. Ford. My regional airport from where I'm from in Michigan is the Gerald R. Ford Airport. So that's my tie back to it. But yeah, no, that's definitely a go-to. If you just go a little bit farther down into the Gore, that's where Ford Amphitheater is. They have their own parking and everything over there. But very cool venue. It's going to be outside. Ty, what time of day is that at?
All right, so this is kicking off at 5:30 this Friday at the Amp. And again, Big Gigantic, DJ Pee-wee. And Big Gigantic are veterans of blending electronic dance music with their live instruments to create Big G's truly unique sound, a sound that is as thoughtful as it's danceable, as it is danceable. Are you familiar with Big Gigantic as far as the band?
Oh, yeah. Show Your Love, I think, is one of their bigger songs. But yeah, love those guys. And I also, big fan of DJ Pee-wee Herman. I loved watching that show back in the day. Just kidding. I know that's not who it is.
That's yesterday's April Fool's plug right there, if you were to use that. Yeah. But I guess it could be an April Fool's weekend. But go ahead, you were saying DJ Pee-wee?
No. No, I'm just saying it sounds like it's going to be a great venue. 5:30, so the sun will still be out for a little bit, and then probably lean into Big Gigantic. It's probably going to head over the hill over an Eagle. So bundle up, have some layers, and hey, talking about Mikaela Schifrin, this is where she started. Look at all these kids coming down. They're all about to do their runs for the morning.
Oh yeah.
Big group of them. I saw them just doing jumping jacks and push-ups. They all wear those skin suits. So I was always wondering, how do you stay so warm? Well, their coach has them doing push-ups and squats and jumping jacks when they're just standing around. So I guess that answers that.
You know, you're no stranger to the performances as far as athleticism and what it takes to stay warm and to stay in perfect physical shape for whatever that activity could be. Because you play hockey, you got the ski racing out there. But what about what it takes to be a stage performer and being in shape? Of course, it requires a coach and a lot of training as well to perform something as great as Flip Fabrique making its way to the Valar. Let's take a look.
We're excited for this Wednesday, April 5th. We are bringing Cirque Flip Fabrique Muse to the Valar Performing Arts Center. And joining us now, we have Kata Bonhegi. She is one of their artists, and she's chiming in from Virginia, right? You guys are on the road?
Yes, we are on the road right now in Fairfax.
Okay, Fairfax, Virginia. Well, thank you for getting up with us today and letting us know about this performance and what's going to be coming to our area. And so Cirque Flip Fabrique, that's been around since 2011. I know you guys are based out of Quebec City, Canada, but you're one of the newer artists. Tell us how you got into this kind of business.
Well, I started my circus career 15 years ago, and I joined Flip last October for this specific show Muse. And I actually coming from sports. My background is jump rope competition, so I started with that since I was 6 years old, and then until I was 18, I did competitions. And then after that, Cirque du Soleil sent an email to the jump rope federations around the world. And we got interested with my sister, who does actually the same thing. And we sent our material to Montreal to the headquarters. And then I ended up joining one of their shows, which I was touring with for 10 years. And then that show ended in 2016, but I stayed in the circus world doing shorter contracts, events. And then eventually I got this show.
Okay, wait a minute. You're jump roping. I mean, this is an athletic endeavor. So, you're coming up to altitude. It's going to be a little higher than.
Yes.
Yeah, there might be some oxygen down backstage for you.
Yes, I mean, we're going to be arriving on Monday, so at least I got a few days to adjust to the altitude. But I have performed in Mexico City and Bogota, which are also high altitude, and it was hard. Like, I discovered. So hopefully in Beaver Creek it's going to be a little bit easier.
Okay. Oh my
because jump is really like a cardio workout on stage. Like it's a six-minute act more or less. And I'm doing the solo part of the number, but the other people from the group, they also participate. So it's kind of a group act as well, but we are non-stop jumping for 6 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that is going to be so fun to see. Okay, well, that alone is reason to come and check this out. But how cool that you made a career out of it. You're traveling the world, and just really neat that you're able to make this work and everything. What do you do in your spare time when you're not practicing jump roping or performing?
Well, I like sports in general, and I'm also a personal trainer, so it's kind of like my whole life. Training people, training myself, and I do this because I kind of love it, so I don't think about it only as a work thing. So I really enjoy, but I like to do, I'm really like a nature person. So I'm actually excited to go to Colorado because I love hiking and all these things. So I try to do a bit of that.
Okay, yeah, we'll get you some snowshoes. We still have quite a bit of snow out on the trails right now. But tell us a little bit about the rest of the show and the other performers. Who's doing what? We got some juggling, we've got all those rings and things. What are we going to see?
In the show, we have the aerial numbers as well, like trapeze, and we have, which is very famous, like Flip Fabrique is famous for this act because it's a trample wall number, like jumping on a trampoline onto a wall with different acro jumps. And then we have Diablo in the show, which is like a little plastic on a string that he does very cool tricks with it. Then we also have some comic numbers, and so it's a really nice evening entertainment option, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, and for people to see this on the Valar stage, it's a small 30 theater. It's about 500 seats, so it's going to be very intimate, and it should be really neat to be able to see this and to inspire the next generation. I think it's neat how Flip's, one of the founders was talking about how when he was a kid, his mom said, "Stop running, stop jumping, stop doing this." But I think you're just built to move and built to entertain. What do you love best about being in front of a crowd, or even maybe getting to meet some of the people afterwards?
I mean, it's always fun to travel and meet different people because every state, or in the US, every state or every country in other places, the public reacts in a different way. So it's always fun to experience that. And with Flip, we are doing smaller theaters. So it's, as you said, it's very intimate. So we can feel the connection between the public and us on the stage. So I really like that, to perform for a smaller audience, because with Cirque du Soleil, it was always in the tent or in bigger arenas, which is now different. And it's really nice for us to get the feedback also from the public. Like, it helps us when we see that they enjoy the show. So we had really nice audiences in the US actually until now, and in Canada as well. So it's always fun to meet people, and then sometimes we do Q&As after the shows, which is always a fun way to interact with the audience. So they get to ask any sort of questions, like how we train, how the creation process was going, how we got into circus, and all that kind of thing. So it's always fun to interact with the people.
Okay, well, we're excited to have you coming to town. Tickets are still available for this. It is April 5th on a Wednesday night, and tickets start at $45. We also have a child and student ticket, a ticket 4-pack, so a lot of different options for you. 6:30 p.m., so it's a little earlier, so the kids can get back to bed and everything. But where do you go after Virginia? Where will you be between now and Colorado?
That's our next city. Colorado is our next one. So we're going to be in Virginia until Monday, and then we fly to Beaver Creek.
Okay, all right. Well, we look forward to seeing you. Thank you, Kata, for your time today, and good luck with the show in Virginia, and we will see you in Beaver Creek soon. So once again, for more information on this, you can go to Valar Performing Arts Center's website at valarpac.org.
All right, as you can see, for the month of April, a lot going on schedule-wise, event-wise, for you to take advantage of. Still plenty of time for you to get to these events or get tickets to certain events, if that's what you're looking forward to. Let's go over to Dom right now. Dom, 87, Mikaela, 87. Big celebration today as a community are celebrating and rallying around to celebrate 87, the record-breaking 87 Alpine Ski World Cup victories. Today's newspaper has a lot that you can learn about Mikaela, and a lot of congratulations inside of this about Mikaela. And have you seen today's paper yet and pulled out one of these? There's so much to learn.
You know, I have not grabbed a paper yet, Ty. I've been too busy walking around trying to find some sunlight over here. So, but I will grab one on my way out of town. But I just wanted to point out right now, the lifts are open. People are getting on. And the line is not too bad. You can just walk right up to the front of the line. And if the line does get long, don't worry, because Los Amigos has a little bar right there going if you need a fresh drink while you're waiting for the line to shorten up. So I would say it's looking pretty good at the base right now. Sun's out, line's moving. Well, the non-existent line is moving. So it's great.
Yes, things are certainly moving out there in high temperatures and in the sun for the start of your morning. That's what you're looking for as we begin in the 20s. Dom's going to find some sun today. And don't forget, like you said, you told all of us, sunscreen. You said you're never going to forget again. We all say that. We all say something like that. Dom, we thank you very much for reporting, and good to see you this morning, this month, kicking off the month. Will you catch any more of Dom during Vail Valley Live for the rest of the season? Our last show, I think, is on the 23rd for the season.
Yes. I have about 3 or 4 more shows in my schedule. So don't worry, fans. If you're a fan of mine, I will be back.
All right, man. We're going to hold you to your sunscreen promise. But to the rest of you, we thank you very much for watching Vail Valley Live. Celebrating Mikaela, 87 wins right here. Mikaela, 87, 4 p.m. You're invited to go over to Solaris and catch all of the action between 4 and 5 today. That's when it's happening. That's where it's located. And otherwise, we thank you for watching Vail Valley Live. And if you missed anything, go over to YouTube, catch today's broadcast and anything about Vail Valley Live that you may have missed. Like and subscribe while you're on Facebook and or YouTube. You'll catch the show bright and early every morning at 7:30. But meanwhile, Mikaela 87, that's waiting for you. Your invitation today. Enjoy today. We'll see you tomorrow.